What happens when your brain runs out of water? Not just thirst, but the moment your mind begins to turn against you. Your thoughts slow, your memory fragments, and the part of your brain responsible for who you are starts to fail. This isn't survival anymore. This is neurological collapse, triggered by something as simple as not drinking enough water. Your brain is nearly 75% water. Remove that water, and everything begins to change. As dehydration intensifies, blood volume drops. Cerebrospinal fluid, the cushion protecting your brain, loses pressure. The brain doesn't literally shrink away dramatically, but it does lose volume slightly, enough to strain surrounding structures. This creates tension in the meninges, the sensitive layers surrounding your brain. That's why dehydration headaches feel deep, sharp, almost internal. At the same time, your body enters stress mode. Inflammatory signals rise, and your brain begins prioritizing survival over performance. Your thoughts exist because of electrical signals, tiny impulses jumping between neurons, powered by sodium and potassium balance. But dehydration disrupts this balance. Electrolytes become unstable, the cellular environment thickens, and your neurons struggle to fire correctly. Signals slow down. Some misfire completely. This is where you feel it. Confusion, irritability, that strange mental static. You're still conscious, but your brain is no longer processing reality cleanly. Deep inside your brain is the hippocampus. This is where memories are formed. Short-term experiences are converted into long-term identity. But this region is extremely sensitive to stress, and dehydration hits it early. As fluid balance collapses, blood flow decreases, neurotransmitter systems destabilize. Cortisol, the stress hormone, rises, and the hippocampus begins to fail. You stop forming new memories efficiently. You forget what you just did. You lose track of conversations. This is what people call brain fog. But in extreme dehydration, it's closer to temporary memory shutdown. Now, the real danger begins. Under severe stress, the brain releases excess glutamate, a neurotransmitter that normally helps neurons communicate. Too much of it becomes toxic. It overstimulates neurons, forcing them into overdrive until they begin to break down. This is called excitotoxicity. Your brain isn't eating itself in a literal sense, but it is damaging its own cells to survive the crisis. Energy is redirected. Non-essential processes are shut down. Cognition becomes secondary. Survival becomes everything. If dehydration continues unchecked, blood pressure drops further, brain perfusion becomes insufficient, and now damage may become permanent. This is when confusion turns into disorientation, then collapse. At this stage, rehydration isn't simple anymore. It becomes medical. Recovery is possible, but it must be controlled. Rehydrating too quickly can cause osmotic imbalance, leading to further complications. That's why severe dehydration is treated gradually, restoring fluids, electrolytes, and circulation step by step. The brain prioritizes repair. Blood flow returns. Synaptic activity stabilizes. But some effects can linger. Fatigue, slower cognition, residual brain fog. Your brain recovers, but it remembers the stress. All of this from something as simple as not drinking enough water. Your brain doesn't need much to function, but without it, you don't just feel thirsty. You start losing the very thing that makes you, you.